What up, everybody? I am your host, JP, and this is my co-host, Josh.
Hey, everybody.
And welcome back to another episode of the FilmBros podcast. I want to welcome you back.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Another week.
Yeah, another week. You know, we here. Under unfortunate circumstances, yet again. I hate this. I think what makes me feel the worst is that I know that I'm coming in here and I'm not saying positive. I'm not gonna say, like, most of the things that I'm gonna say today just feel like it's probably gonna be negative, and I'm just like, like, it just hurts because I'm eating my words from the last talk that we had. And just to let you guys know, we are doing another boys talk. The Boys, we are on the Boys season 4, episode 6. We did the first 5 episodes on a previous couple weeks back, right, Josh?
Yeah, more or less. Yeah,
it was like a couple weeks back.
Maybe no. I want to say it's maybe like a week or so back. So nothing, not too far. Go listen. Go listen to that.
Listen to the full thoughts over there. But we had to come back. It sucks. Hype wise, The Boys season 4 has dropped. I was super excited in the beginning. This is coming from, like, and you got to think from my perspective. In the beginning, before these shows even started,
yeah,
like right before summer was about to start, and we were gonna get The Boys, The Bear, The Alkalite. There's one more. Oh, Game of Thrones. People were really excited about that. I not really us per se, but people were excited about it. The Bear, heard it was mid. I don't know. I haven't watched it, but I know you watch it.
Yeah, season three wasn't that hyped. I mean, maybe that's a whole nother conversation because I mean the way they put that one together was kind of weird. But if we ever decide to review it, I want to save that theory for if we do it.
Okay.
But yeah, season 3 was kind of
yeah. So I heard that one took a dip from season 1 and 2 standards. Then we come around to the Alkalite that we're not done beating up yet, but I don't feel like episode 6 was bad enough to warrant another conversation when it comes to the Alkalite before the end of the season. But it hasn't gotten any better. Spoiler alert. Just letting you know. Here with The Boys, it's on a different level. I think we're hitting the trifecta of, like, something wrong is happening with the show, because we went from every season. The first season was kind of like meh. I think people were testing out the water. Second season, it was hype. People were excited for The Boys to come back. By season 3, pure hype. Everybody loved it.
They had them. They had us.
Like, that was gonna be like this big finale. Butcher was getting powers, all whatever, yada yada. And we get to season 4. And though the build-up was there, people were excited for another season. The creator, Eric Kripke, came out. He said, what he always says every season, they let us do some crazy shit this time. I don't know how they let us do it, blah, 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 blah. But look, we're going to do something crazy. Well, they did it. Episode 6 did it. And we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk. I don't want to jump.
It's gonna be a full breakdown.
Yeah, that'll be something there. So we're gonna. This is a kind of episode where they just did something so atrocious I can't even defend it no more. Because I was defending it. Season 4, I was defending it. In the last episode that we talked about The Boys, I was defending it. I was saying, "What the fuck are you waffling about, Josh?
Yeah.
Like, what are you waffling about?" And
I mean,
you waffled right.
I'm right. I mean, I'm not always like purposely negative. I think there's a lot of things wrong with this season. I mean, if episode 7 really has us to come back and talk about it like this, I think we're at a problem. We have never encountered a show or more than one show where we've had to come back and revisit it as much as The Boys or The Acolyte. So there's obviously something wrong, right? It's not what we do, but I mean, here we are because it's clearly a problem, right? Like, it's clearly not good right now.
Well, there is a problem happening. I don't know what the problem is. Maybe we could talk it out and figure out what the problem is. We do know by the end of the season they got to make it out, because season 5 is going to be it. Like I said, we're hitting this trifecta where it's like You're not getting any movement in the show whatsoever. Like, whatsoever. I think it's been like all season we haven't even... Nothing really has been developed.
Yeah, no, it's been small stuff.
We're getting no movement. We're getting no actual, like, clear motive on certain things, to the point where the creator needs to come out and tell us the X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about that in a little bit. And if they're doing something like what one of the Forbes is saying, the boys putting shock value over story, and it's going poorly.
Wow.
And, I mean, and that's what they got to say about episode 6. So, I mean, big news is talking about it right now. As of right now, Rotten Tomato score 93% on the tomato meter, and a 75% audience score for The Boys season 4. And like I said, this is just one bad episode, but I think this is a bad episode that just points out everything that's wrong with this season.
Yeah, it really fucked up. Like, the majority of the show, or the season anyway. I think there's a lot more, but this felt specific. I think after the high that was episode 4, like, there was only upward from there, but oh man, they fucked it up.
Here's my thing, is that, yeah, episode 4 kind of set a bar, because people got hyped after that one.
Yeah.
People were like, okay, finally, we took the climb up. We're hitting that part of the roller coaster. We're just going to go on a wacky ride.
Yeah.
Which we did. Episode 5, we saw animals going at it. I think we prematurely went, because I thought that was the craziest that they were going to go.
Yeah.
Episode 5, I was like, okay, this is a good time to talk about this. I wish we would have waited just one episode more.
Oh my gosh, bro. Disturbing.
Just one episode more. One more, and I would have been like, look, we could have gotten all the batshit crazy stuff. Unless there's more. I mean, how many more episodes we got? 2? 2 more? Hopefully not too much crazy, nasty shit, but, we'll see how certain things are going to affect season 5 and whatnot, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. But Rotten Tomatoes score is where it's at. Obviously, we've talked about it before. We know who has returned and who is not there, obviously. So, episode 6, right? Episode 6. This episode is called Dirty Business. And oh, boy, was it dirty. Let me tell you how dirty it was. Actually, let's talk about it first, and then we talked about it in the last episode, but we were just like, oh, we don't even know what they could be doing in these next few episodes. Dirty Business, that doesn't even tell you what's going to happen. And thank God they didn't, because I would have never watched the episode if they did. So, the episode opens up with Mother's Milk trying to recruit or persuade what was the spider's name? I forgot his the spider dude.
Web Weaver or something.
Web Weaver. Yeah,
Weaver, something like that.
Recruit Web Weaver to figure out what party Tech Knight is going to be at, so they could be there. And what was the purpose of it? What was the purpose of them being there?
It was to infiltrate the place and find out what Tech Knight knows. Basically, they were gonna like not kidnap him, I think, but pressure him for information.
Okay.
He was there to like bug the place and then like drag him back to Mother's Milk and all that.
Yeah. So what they do, they wound up putting Web Weaver to sleep in the most disgusting way. Apparently, Web comes out, not out of his ass, thank God, but right above his ass in a different hole that looks very similar to an asshole. And then Mother's Milk has to inject said serum into his asshole and makes spider webs come out when he touches him in the right spot.
That shit was disturbing.
Look, I don't know why they put this in the show. Anyway, so, and then you get the little cut, the cue card, right? The boys. Oh, we're fucking edgy. And then we move forward. They take the suit off of him. Turns out, oh, we need somebody to get in the suit who looks like Web Weaver. Who did they decide to use? You guessed it. It's Huey.
It's Huey
They
Campbell.
use Huey. On the side, we have Butcher still trying to convince the Doctor to make him a serum that would kill Homelander, and the Doctor's basically saying he can't do it because it's gonna kill everybody. It's
Yeah.
gonna kill all the soups. It's not just one person. It's gonna be everybody.
Mm-hmm.
They cut back. It's still Ted Knight or Tech Knight.
Tech Knight.
Tech Knight, which is basically the fucked up version of Batman of this universe. Let's just keep it a buck.
Basically.
He has his butler. It's the guy with a mansion. Apparently, his superpower isn't that he doesn't necessarily have powers, but he can. He's a master detective, Sherlock Holmes on steroids. Apparently, where he knows like what pheromones. He can see your heartbeat if you're lying and shit like that. Like
he just has heightened senses.
There you go. Like he could tell. So Web Weaver's in there, Homelander's in there. We got the whole crew up in there. Apparently trying to stage a coup against America, make Soups basically the higher power and whatnot. Sister Sage is supposed to be the person to usher that era and help Homelander because he can't do it by himself.
Yeah.
Sage is sidelined by Mother's Milk when they go in to help Huey because Huey is made after not knowing the safe word and enduring so much of at the hands of Tech Knight in a random sex dungeon basement that apparently he has a fetish for. Huey is ass up, pissed on none other by what's the redhead's name? Ashley, which we didn't know she was a part of. Look, if it sounds like I'm uncomfortable talking about this episode,
It's uncomfortable to talk about.
It's uncomfortable to talk about. Like I'm actively not wanting to talk
Like,
about it, but I think we have to, and I gotta address the elephant in the room.
Yeah, there was a lot of Huey undergoes basically sexual assault by Tech Knight and Ashley. Obviously, they don't know it's him, but I personally think Tech Knight knew and was fucking with him the whole time. That's just my little theory I'm gonna push out. But apparently, they didn't know it was him, and so they were doing all that stuff to Web Weaver, Huey, and then the boys go in, which is mainly right now it's only Kamiko, Starlight, which again is fucking useless, and Marvin. They go in, like you just said. What's her name?
Huey, huh?
Yeah, they go in to save. They go in to save Huey. What's her name? Sister Sage, right?
Yeah.
She gets shot in the head by Marvin, Mother's Milk, which sends him into a panic attack and causes him to collapse.
Yeah. And Sage is sidelined.
Yes.
And Homelander needs to address the Senate and all these people by himself.
Yeah.
And he
fucks it up.
Completely shut down because he doesn't know.
He doesn't know shit.
He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know how to usher in a new era. He just wants to get it done.
Yeah.
And he is embarrassed, which Anthony Starr's performance in this episode is good. I think he's great in every single episode. I think he's the shining light.
He doesn't fall short.
Yeah, but, it is what it is. Then we go to other things where it's like,
There's just no story to back him up.
Yeah, there's nothing really there. He just is shut down. He's just standing there, and then somebody else got to save him, basically. We get it. He's neutralized. He could do some things, but for the most part, he's still contained.
Yeah, he doesn't.
We
he doesn't
understand.
think of it. He doesn't think like they are. He just wants shit done, and he's basically trying to be the muscle of the operation. You know what? He's kind of like The Rock. How he just wants to strong arm shit. Like,
Basically,
that's
basically.
But-
Atrian saves Mother's Milk by taking him to the hospital.
Yes.
And he has a hero moment, which that was nice too. His little arc. I thought he was gonna die a long time ago, but it's nice that he's having a redemption arc.
Yeah.
And then Huey is saved by Kamiko and Starlight. Not a second before, or right before, he was about to get penetrated in different parts of his abdomen. Look, you got to be fucked up to think of some of these things. I mean, you got to put it on paper for fuck's sake. Like, think about it. They save him. basically he gets betrayed by Alfred because he's just like, oh, he's a sick fuck.
Yeah.
He's a sick fuck. I should have known he was a sick fuck.
His version of Alfred was just like, I've cleaned up too much cum and this and that, and then he kills him. He kills Tech Knight. Crazy way to end the episode. That's not even the ending.
The fucking wait, but the little jokes too, where it's just like, we're gonna send money to Black Lives Matter, and he was like, no, we're not gonna say, like,
all these support groups that he doesn't want to help out.
Yeah,
crazy.
And
there was a lot going on there. I don't know.
Homelander gets titty milked.
Yeah,
at the end.
Also very disturbing. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't know. I have never understood. Like, I understand why he likes it, but I don't understand the need to have him still do this bullshit. He's a good actor.
But my God.
Well, yeah, no, that's just disgusting, bro. You got to do better. I don't know if it's shit like this that you're not getting work or whatever else, but my God, you need to break out of this shit now. Oh.
That whole milk obsession should have went away.
It's gross.
It's not.
It's disgusting.
I mean, I get it where you can get it, I guess. But like, why? I don't know. Some of the choices, like, there's not even point like to try to unpack it because that's something that like, I think we're gonna get down to.
Yeah.
This episode was disturbing.
It was gross.
It was bad.
I was uncomfortable watching this shit. And I mean, say what you want. You could totally be like, oh, it's the boys. You know what you signed up for. Fuck you, no, I didn't. I've never read the comics, and from what I've heard, this show's been doing pretty well at, like, doing things better than the comics. I don't know what happened here. I could not tell you. Who thought, like, Eric Kripke may be the mastermind or whatever behind all this, but there has to be someone in that room to be like, hey man, what the fuck, what are we doing, bro? Like, how is this essential to the story? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, bro. That shit was just gross.
Why does everybody in that like universe have to have like some kind of like weird fetish? Like, why does everything gotta be so like sexually related? Like Gen V, that was another like weird thing when they were like fighting in the hallway. He was all lit up. She misses all the punches, but then somehow is able to punch him in the dick. I'm like, why do we like? At that point, you're just going out of your way to make it a point, but like, we get it, right? Like, we understand.
He's just like, oh, dicks are funny. Oh, like what kind of fucking childlike humor is crazy, bro?
Oh, Ashley, we want to see Ashley fucking going crazy and talking about her juicy whatever, soaking, gonna piss all over Huey, and it's all wet or whatever. It's like, dude, why? Huey just lost his father in the last episode. He's going through it, and at the end of the episode, him and Starlight share a moment where it's like, oh, I miss my dad or whatever, but it's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, anybody else could have done that. Frenchie being sidelined too is kind of like, okay, cool that
whatever the fuck that was about.
Yeah, like, that was just like a mental breakdown, but we don't even know anything about it, or not any closer to knowing anything about it, unless they're gonna tell us in the next episode.
He's just like, oh, boo-hoo. The man that I've been seeing, I killed his family forever ago. I feel bad. Like, you didn't feel bad about anything else. Like, I don't think, like, you know what I mean? It feels very consistent, and the fact that he doesn't even want to see Kimiko is crazy too.
I'm kind of interested in that little storyline, but it's like they're feeding us little nuggets of that I'm not getting fully invested like I should be.
Yeah, wow. Either way, bro, that shit's crazy. This whole episode was fucking insane, and it ends in the most bizarre way with that Homelander shit. This episode, like I said, getting this.
Oh, and we find out, spoilers, once again, but we do also find out that Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah, and his wife,
are not
Rachel
real.
or whatever. Yeah, they're not real. Which I mean, we kind of knew all along.
Yeah,
It wasn't
I
that hard.
called it. I think I called it in
Yeah,
the
it wasn't.
other episode.
It wasn't hard to like tell. I feel like the reveal was a little too soon. Am I tripping when I say that? I mean, 8 episodes, 6 episode.
I mean, if I not too soon, it would have been different if there would have been more build up. Oh, I guess then that means too soon. Yeah, they needed more build up.
Mm-hmm.
We needed more scenes with them, like actively him being around, like around the crew and everything, and him speaking, and like us not knowing whether or not they're talking to him or talking to Butcher.
Yeah.
So it's like there could have been a little bit more build up, but it was just like, oh no, we're gonna tell you now, and it's like, okay, well, but thanks.
Yeah. The fact that there hasn't been a lot of interaction, or at least I don't think so, with Butcher and the boys, it's kind of weird. Like he's really just off doing his own thing right now.
The boys. Yeah. Well, Butcher's trying to get the serum to kill Homelander. I mean, I understand his little side quest, but at the same time, it's like, why aren't they all moving towards the same goal? Why are they even having the friction with Butcher when he was the one who basically was getting everything done in the beginning? Why? Because he fucked up during season 3 at the end because he didn't take the shot.
Mm-hmm.
We understand. They explained that in the beginning of the season, but I thought we moved on. That's what I'm saying. They say we move on, but we're not moved on. That's my problem.
Yeah, we keep going back to this stupid stuff, which, again, makes no real sense to be having in your show. The story here hasn't really pushed forward outside of what, I mean, you see the serum, which, again, becomes redundant. They got rid of it. A-Train's little redemption arc is kind of coming together. Like they show the Guardians of Godolkin. Like there's been almost little setup and little payoff to what they said was Gen V was setting up, and it feels kind of weird.
Yeah, because they said it was gonna weave through, and we saw the Godolkin kids, but not until what, episode 5?
Yeah,
and that was like a brief moment.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't seen them again. I thought they were replacing the 5 or a couple people for the 7.
I don't know. The 7 right now is crazy ass lineup when you think about it. I
thought they were gonna be introduced there, and they were gonna break out like Homegirl that does the bloodbending, and we're gonna see them interact.
No, they're not her friends.
No, like
the boys.
The boys.
No, they don't know where they're at.
So they can be like, well, we know who they are. Like I thought they were gonna play this pivotal part where they were gonna do something this season. They haven't been used.
You know, this whole season has been kind of a mess, but this episode specifically, episode 6, worst defender I've ever seen. This is crazy to have all that in your show and then be like, oh, it's so funny. Don't you get it? We're edgy and this and that. Like, no, yeah, you were edgy and cool once, but now you're just edgy and cringy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can only do it so often. And, like, yeah, do it to the most that you can, but eventually you gotta, like, balance out and use it modestly, right? And give us the big gory stuff for when you need it. Like, I didn't mind everything else. Like, it would have been cool if other things happened and then that bloodbath happened in episode 4, right? The little splatter on the wall from pushing the stuntman. Okay, I get that. But, like, I think all that, like, sexual stuff is just a little unnecessary. Like, why do we need dicks all over the damn place? Why do we need to see a stretchy dick, whatever, choking out mother's milk? Why do we need to see him get blasted on by a fucking giant white load? Like, come on. Like, there's some things that I understand. Oh, why does somebody need to burst out of somebody's penis in the very first episode of the new season? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, from shrinking and jumping in and then just, it's like... There's no point.
It's all kind of gross. I understand if you're doing it in the beginning, captivate your audience in that kind of way. But man, you are on the 4th season, still doing this shit. There's got to be a little bit more nuance.
There's better shock value. Like the season 1 when A-Train ran through his girlfriend, that's perfect shock value. That's like, holy shit, you just ran through that person. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. Like, once in a while, it's cool. That one scene when they first showed, like, oh, the little weird bar where there was Soups, you know, getting it on and doing all this nasty shit.
Yeah.
Fine. That's self-contained. But then you move it on to be like, okay, well, they do it everywhere? It's like, dude, come on. I thought we're...
But that's what I mean. Like, you need something to captivate your audience in the beginning, at least, right? Like, oh man, I can't believe the show just did that, where the guy exploded in another man's penis, like that. Yeah, I understand that part. Gross and unnecessary. Kind of like seeing what's his name basically eat out his clones in that one episode. I forget which one it was.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like you don't need that shit. You don't need, you don't need that shit constantly if your story's fucking good. But this all tells me that your story isn't good. Your actors are doing their best with what they got, but there's nothing here outside of like, oh, hey, oh, he's eating ass. Oh, he's sitting on a cake. Like, what the? Who does this shit? I don't know. I think the writers really need to go back and reevaluate because it's disturbing how often this shit is happening.
More so in this season. A little too much in this season.
Like, it's all like
Gen V wasn't even this bad.
Gen V just felt like Euphoria. It felt like superpower Euphoria, and even then there was it wasn't this bad. But oh my god, bro, this show is worse than Euphoria. There's not even boobs to like balance it out.
No, it's just all weird.
It's like and
Weird.
then dick like nah, bro, come on. Where's the nuance?
If you would rate this episode, worst episode of
worst
the season?
worst episode of the entire show
Series.
Yeah.
Fuck.
This is like bottom tier shit. Like if I could forget this one,
you could skip this episode every single time.
Yeah.
There's nothing happens in this episode that you need to know. Oh, the reveal that Butcher. We already knew that.
No, you don't need that shit.
We already knew that. No.
I think the hero-gasm episode is like infinitely better because at least then at the end A-Train does this thing and he basically fixes himself and gets a new heart.
Huh?
In that one, right?
No, that's the one where he runs with dude.
That's why, he skids his face and then he ends up getting like his heart.
And then you're forgetting the best part. You get the showdown with Homelander, Butcher, and Huey and what's his name, Soldier Boy.
The episode that really brought it all together, and if only we could go back.
They're making season 4. We're outside the window. Stop.
This shit's like, oh man, it's gross. I can't.
So, like I said, the Forbes putting shock value over story, and it's going poorly. I guess we can agree. Season 4 hasn't been going the best way.
No.
Episode 6 has just been worst of the worst. This has been like one of the shittiest like episodes. Completely dropped my hype level for the last 2 episodes 100%. Even Anthony Starr saying, what the fuck are we doing with how episode 6 ended? The milk squirting in his face, Firecracker over here taking pills and shit to make milk happen. She's not even pregnant. Him suckling on her by the end. I mean, if Anthony Starr is even like, what the fuck? Doesn't that say something? This article says the boys' viewers divided over obscene new episode. How do they keep doing this?
I think there's a lot of. I would say it is divided because the devoted fans are totally gonna be like, oh no, bro, you just don't get it. Like it's comedy. It's not that serious, and this and that. And to them, I say, really, if you're not taking shit seriously and the shit you're consuming, why are you watching? You know what I mean? Because I think if you're keeping a sense of seriousness, like, oh, this could totally happen if someone was in this world or whatever, like, how do you keep watching? You know what I'm saying?
Well, that was the point, right? I thought they were playing by, like, the rules of the world. Like, I understand, if you gotta be invisible, you gotta be naked. That's fine. I was with that. I rocked with that. I was okay with, there's obscene shit happening in this world. Yes, that happens in real life too.
Yeah.
You go somewhere, you're going to find some weird shit sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Yeah.
that was just too weird. That was something like that could have been left to our imagination.
It's crazy.
They could have closed the door and been like, oh, we're going to question you as the door closes, and just left that to our imagination and just let Huey try to describe what happened, if anything, and then move on from that. Like, that could have been cut down so much more. We didn't need to see what was happening down there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that could have been fine. There's some things that could be left to imagination.
Jack Quaid.
They could have condensed that whole scene and actually did something more productive with the episode.
Yeah, but no, that's not what happened.
No, they made it the whole episode. The whole episode.
It's crazy fucking shit, bro. I think this episode was just really unnecessary. And if you're an actor like Anthony Starr or Jack Quaid or whatever, and you're like, what the fuck are we doing? I think at some point you really got to step back and be like, why are we doing this? Why are we filming this? How is this essential to the story?
I'm just saying,
like, how are you writing along with this shit and then being like, what the fuck? Like, that doesn't make much sense.
If we're upping the stakes like this every single season, I don't even want to see season 5. I don't even want to see season 5, bro.
I don't even know if that's gonna be the case. I mean, like I said, if that's supposed to be the finale, there should be like zero room for this kind of bullshit, right? Mm-hmm. This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, this show is turning into the Alkalite where, like I said, showrunners over here giving us answers on the sidelines.
When you're all your answers and questions should be in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, why is Homelander like this? Oh, because the show tells us he's like this, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
You don't gotta be like, oh, okay, but Homelander is doing it because of this, and then stepping out of your lane to come and explain it to people. You don't need that shit. It's crazy that people are allowing this to happen.
Yeah.
Like, this is just bad television. Like, I can't even like explain it to you. And that maybe now there's a reason why on regular TV they don't allow this bullshit unless it's on like Stars or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then people will get carried away and they're totally like, "Oh man, did you see that crazy ass show last night?" Like, no. Because TV has ratings. And you can do whatever you want on a streaming platform apparently.
Yeah, no, apparently you could just do shit like that on a whim, and that's okay. And I get it. Some people like that stuff, and it's cool sometimes, but believe me, I haven't heard anybody say anything good about this episode.
No, man.
If anything, I feel like it's been actively been kind of drowned out by extra stuff. I don't know if this next topic that I'm going to bring up is playing a factor, but at least for now, we'll wrap up this little piece. Are you excited for the last 2 episodes?
Not really. No. I know. I really feel like
we gotta finish it, obviously.
Oh yeah,
see it through, kind of like the Alkalite.
Yeah. I really feel like episode 7 is gonna be like maybe another filler, and then the last episode is gonna be like an MCU thing, and they're just gonna overstuff it, and then be like, oh, wait till season 5.
Okay. Yeah, probably something like that. Okay. I'm with you on that one. I can't really say anything different. So, one thing that is coming to people's attention, and let us know what you guys think about episode 6. Have you seen it yet? If not, are you gonna go watch it after this episode? We kind of want to know you guys' thoughts. If you're excited to see more, if you're not, let us know out there.
Yeah.
But one thing that kind of, as doing the research, going into a deeper and deeper hole, kind of was hearing a few things. Some people are getting into some trouble a little here and there. So questions have been asked. Where is Maeve? What happened to Maeve in The Boys season 4? Now, if you guys recall, spoilers for season 3, she basically gave up her arm, right? She lost her arm
to live normally.
Live normally. She was able to just ride off into the sunset. Homelander's never going to find her again.
Yeah.
She's gone. Did I think that was going to keep her from the show? No. I thought we were going to see her. They're going to be like, oh, the only person that knows something about whatever Homelander is Maeve. We got to go find her. Boom.
Yeah.
Have a little Maeve moment or whatever. We have yet to see that. Clearly, we're on episode 6. We still have 2 more episodes.
Yeah.
But, questions are being asked. But were you one of those people? Were you wondering,
Not
Did you
really.
care?
Not really. I figured once she got her ending, I was like satisfied with that. Like I think when characters get their ending in shows and stuff, it feels cheaper to want to bring them back. You know what I'm saying? Because like, why would you bring them back in? They just got out of it. Like we just settled this debt. We're square already. I don't need to see them again.
Okay.
If it's down the line, like I don't know. Like the best way I can put it is like, you've never seen The Office, but somewhere after one of the seasons, Steve Carell leaves. He leaves The Office, and then like towards the end, like the last like episode of the show, like of the whole series, he shows up again, and it's like, oh shit, yeah, like that's cool. You didn't bring him back. You brought him back only to basically for the ending and stuff. See how he's living now that he hasn't been around. Like that's the kind of shit I would expect.
Oh, the little cameos.
Yeah. But I wouldn't expect your previous season just wrap shit up, and then being like, oh, we're gonna go back and she's gonna show up. Like, no, she had her ending. Leave her alone.
Okay. I'm more thinking like maybe like around season 5, they're up against a big bad. Like, hey, we really need you this time. Like, you're the only person who could do it, and then give her like a big bang out again.
There is no big bad. It's just Homelander.
Oh, for now, who knows?
More or less. I always think.
Or maybe they're gonna have to switch up pretty soon, cause some news is coming up. This turned into from where is Maeve, where is she, to well, we know why she's not here. Rumors have surfaced, and people are trying to keep them suppressed. Anthony Starr apparently facing allegations that he himself was a bully on set of The Boys season 2 and season 3, not season 1. That apparently he was cool during season 1, but a bully on set during season 2 and season 3 to the woman that plays
Maeve's actress.
Maeve, Dominique McElligott. Yeah.
What the fuck? Homie took being Homelander for real?
That apparently, when VOD HQ was reposting, retweeting some, they like to poke some fun at on Twitter and stuff about like, Homelander this and that or whatever, really like tries to bring him up. So VOD HQ said, I have been running this account for a long time, and you may have noticed I deactivated my main one, VOD HQ. Basically, I'm done with the show posting spoilers. It was fun. I love hearing the theories, speculation, and reactions, but then it became work to me, and I didn't enjoy it anymore. I didn't stand for the stuff the show endorsed that includes, but not limited to, the bullying of cast members to the point they leave the industry, covering up for cast's abusive behavior, the crew doxing me and my family, and how the show supposedly progressive supports a genocide. On top of that, my health has gotten worse to the point I need surgery, and I want to focus on getting ready for that. I want to thank everyone who reached out to me and supported me throughout the years. I'm done now. I'll do one last Q&A on my backup. Somebody asked, did anyone else say about Anthony Starr and Queen Maeve? They said yes. VOD HQ said yes. A former actor of the show I spoke with regularly told me he bullied Dominique relentlessly and would be very inappropriate with the female guest stars. I'm not saying who told me because that will reveal who the actor is, and it's not fair to reveal them without permission. Somebody asked, you mentioned the bullying and cast leaving. What happened? VOD HQ responded with, I was told by someone in costumes that Anthony Starr bullied Dominique McElligott so bad that she left the industry and would always fly back home instead of being with the cast because of him. He's a bully, a sexist dickhead who has beaten up people on more than one occasion.
Bro is the for real Homelander, my god. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he took that shit to heart. He doesn't even act. He just rose up on set like that. That's crazy. Yeah, no, I'm speechless. I was not expecting all that stuff.
No.
But if that's because he's not getting work outside of the boys, what's gonna happen when the boys is over? Is he just gonna like fall into obscurity?
Well, I don't know if that's not the reason why he's not getting work, but
It's a possibility.
could be. I mean, if people are talking about like what he's doing and stuff, but I mean, that seems like people are, because I'm hearing people talk about this, but it's not coming up as high as I would have thought. Maybe more evidence needs to come out to, needs to come out so we know. We haven't heard anything from the actress herself. She hasn't replied or responded to any of these, allegations or anything.
Yeah.
So, if he is Homelander in real life, who knows? But that's if he's doing stuff like that, that would most certainly affect season 5 as well.
Yeah. Damn. How the fuck? Yeah, no, bro might be Homelander. That's the best way to put that.
Imagine it affects season 5, and they're just like, how do we explain that he's not going to be there? Like, Butcher just killed him off screen.
Basically. Damn, that'd be so cheap. I think that at that point you gotta stop watching, right? You just gotta be like, man, fuck this.
Yeah.
I wanted to see them fight it till the end. You tell me you did it off screen? Fuck all that.
Yeah.
Crazy shit, bro. Crazy. But, yeah, no. Because, I would say Anthony Starr has the chops for, a movie. But if he's beating on women, then
well, nobody
it's gonna
said beating on women. They're bullying.
How do you
Bullying.
How do you bully?
I don't know.
How do you bully a grown-ass woman?
I don't know how somebody's bullying some. I mean, if he has more pull because he's Anthony Starr, and Eric Kripke likes him a lot, and it's like either do what I'm telling you or you're gonna get fucking thrown out. I don't know.
Maybe that could totally be a possibility. Yeah. But is it true? No. You know what I mean? Like, how... I don't know. I want to believe that he's probably not a nice dude. I could totally believe that. I could probably think that he's tough shit.
He played Homelander?
Yeah. That he thinks he's hot shit because he's the lead and this and that, and everyone loves him as Homelander. Like, it's probably getting to his head.
You think so? Like, real life shit?
Yeah.
I don't know. What makes you think that? Just the way he looks?
Just the vibe, yeah.
The way that he walks, the way that he talks. I hate
the way that you dress. But yeah. Go listen to Euphoria by Kendrick Lamar. But yeah, that's like my theory, where I feel like that's probably true.
So, I'm good with. I'm not good with the show. These allegations coming up are kind of making me be like, oh well. If they're trying hard and putting out all this new stuff to kind of cover that, is something happening? Anthony Starr hasn't came out to say anything about it. We haven't heard Eric Kripke say anything. I did look to see if he did try to do a response or something. He hasn't even responded to any of the accusations.
You think they're trying to sweep it under the rug? It's his star. It's his guy. He's the guy.
They're like, we just gotta just until season 5's over.
He's just like, Anthony, can you stop screaming at that chick for 2 minutes and get in your fucking suit?
He's like, Anthony Starr's over here yelling at Sister Sage, like in real life and shit. Like yelling at Eric is like, come here, I need you in my office. That type of shit needs to stop.
What kind of shit? What are you doing, bro? You're looking mad racist. All she said was hi. What are you doing? You pick on women? You picking on women?
Apparently, Dominique is going to retire from acting and go to law school. So
she just decided this
good
ain't
for
it.
her.
She's just like, this ain't it. This is crazy. Imagine your lawyer being Queen Maeve. Imagine looking at your lawyer that's Queen Maeve and thinking, damn, I'm going to jail.
Hey, imagine the commercials she could make. I fight for you like I fight Homelander.
She can't use that kind of marketing. She doesn't own the character.
Huh? Yeah, but she could, use a different
The
thing.
most that she could do is probably be like, "Oh, hi, I'm so and so, and you would probably remember from The Boys."
Yeah, I used to play Queen Maeve.
Yeah.
And I took on Homelander. Yeah, just like that. That
That
was
sounded
me.
lame as
And
fuck.
I'll take the judge on for you.
That sounds lame as fuck. I would look at my lawyer immediately and be like, "Oh, bro,
And then have like a cutscene
how
of
we
like
going to
her
jail?
like throwing the judge into the sky or something.
what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Who's making this $1,000 fucking
No,
commercial?"
Copy. I got you.
But yeah, bro. He bullied her so hard, she decided, I'm going to law school.
And she's like, I'm gonna study every single law he broke, harassing me.
For real. And they come at him like 5 years later, like, I'm back, motherfucker.
With knowledge.
Yeah. Hit him with a book. But damn, if no one's talking about it, this could either be just like
Did you not
rumor.
know about this bullying stuff?
No, I did not see this. Well, I mean, if it's true, if it's not true, then maybe there's no reason to address it, right? But if it is true, there's a problem there, because it's like they want to try and cover it up because he's the guy, he's the star of the show.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I had to look.
Deep dive.
I had to do research.
You had to put on your Sherlock Holmes hat.
That's basically what happened. I had my little pipe, and I was like, gumdrops.
I don't think he says that.
Oh, he don't say that?
No.
Is he like...
Just gonna be late.
What's his little dude, his guy, his teammate?
Oh, fuck.
Newton. No.
What?
Dobby. No.
What?
Winston.
I don't even think that's right
No.
either. Sherlock Holmes and
Duke. No.
what? Damn! Now you got me spacing out his name. Watson. Something
I was close.
Watson.
Winston. I was close with
You
Winston.
said Winston.
I know, it was close.
No, Watson.
Watson.
I literally in my
Sherlock
head, I was
Watson.
like running through lines I've heard,
Mhm.
and then at the end of it, it was just like, ding, dear elementary, my dear Watson. Like
The little dude in your brain is just like, I got it from the back.
Yeah.
Take it to the front now.
Yeah.
He's over here running.
Yeah. It was in there
Puts
somewhere.
it into your little... Your brain's not even up to date. It's just like, it has a printer. It was taking a second to scan.
Yeah. It's like, shit, crumbling. Fix the corners. It's like a vending machine.
It should be funny.
But yeah, it's like Watson.
Okay. So, I had to look.
Damn.
I had to look.
Yeah, like really deep dive. Maybe they are trying to cover it up, or maybe it's false and this is nothing.
That's why it could be false, and people
they
are
wanna
just like, we're
they
not
just-
biting because
yeah,
it's clickbait or
yeah.
whatever, or it's something that's being covered up for scandals reasons. You guys let us know.
We have a really good PR team if that's the case.
Yeah. He's gonna be just like King over there.
Because that's just a fan account, right? The HQ.
Apparently, yeah, it was a fan account, but it was somebody who worked there.
Oh.
So they created a fan account because they worked there, and they would do like little BTS photos, stuff like that.
Okay.
They quit because of whatever they listed on their Instagram.
Yeah.
And said it's, personal reasons and whatnot, but that obviously they knew people that worked within the boys even deeper, closer to the actors or whatever, and probably got all their information that way. So, it's a leak somehow, but all that stuff, like they said, wouldn't even come out unless certain actresses came out and said something themselves.
True.
Unless it leaks to the point where they have to say something.
Well, this is one of those things where it's like, if you're throwing it out there, you should full send. Like I don't think there's I'm letting y'all know there's something going on backstage, but I'm not gonna tell you. Like there's no point in that. You know what I mean? Like I feel like if you're gonna start hinting at that, you have to go. You have to be like, oh yeah, no, it's happening between Anthony Starr and Queen Maeve or whoever the fuck, and this is why she's quitting. Like I think that like really tiptoeing it and trying to hide it and be subliminal all while pushing out that message is crazy, because it's a big ass thing to want to push out and claim about someone. You know what I mean?
Could she also kind of like what Gina Carano's doing? Could she fight in the court to be like, oh well, I would have came back for season 4 if I wasn't bullied out?
Not if she wasn't part of the conversation anyway.
What if she was well, I don't want to be a part of the conversation.
And that's her own choice, then, right?
Well, that's why. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, oh, well, you know, I'm telling you guys, hey, he's doing this to me. Eric Kripke is over here actively, if he's trying to cover it up too.
That boy ain't paying attention to nobody. He's too busy writing dick jokes.
Oh, fuck. He's like, well, it's gonna be funny. Yep. Shrink
He's
him.
like, yeah.
Do the Thanos thing
yeah.
with Ant-Man, but with a penis. Fucking do that.
He's just gonna be like, yeah, go punch him in the dick or something. I got a vision.
I'm drawing something. Little do we know, it's that he's basically an older version of of the Jonah Hill when he's all drawing.
It's just nothing but from Superman. Damn, deep cut. But yeah, no. Assuming that this is true, yeah, you should full send and just come out with it. I know this whole I want to protect the victim and this and that. It doesn't really work if you're actively claiming something about, you know, someone like that. Because I mean, sure, we could totally believe you, but ain't no one gonna. It's gonna be harder to believe you with no evidence, and especially if you're being snuffed out already by everyone trying to bury you. Like, you need cold hard facts.
That's true. Yeah, that's a big allegation, but
because if I'm really being honest with myself,
you think
Anthony's star ain't getting work because he's good for TV. That's just the way I see it.
You think that's why he didn't voice his character in MK?
No, I think they fucked him. I think they fucked him on that. I think they fucked him on that. I think like this for that reason alone. I do think that that was different. I think we've been told before that Ed Boon, the creator of the games, like, he's a fucking asshole when it comes to those kinds of things.
What do you mean?
Like he'll take the likeness and stuff and Arnold in Terminator and stuff, but he won't ask them to come voice them and stuff.
But J.K. Simmons did Omni-Man.
That's why he'll ask certain people, but I think not everybody, no. Because think about it, Arnold. That's why Arnold didn't do that Terminator.
Oh, he didn't.
In MK11, no. But they were lucky enough to get Balboa, Stallone to do Rocky. Fuck, what is his name? They got Stallone to do Rambo, and all that stuff. So they ask, but I don't think they asked him. I think they just took his likeness and stuff.
What if he just likes to be cheap and do it for some, because they'll do it as a favor because he knows them or whatever. But then some of them it's like, well, Anthony Starr is gonna ask me for this much. I'm not gonna do that. We can get somebody who's cheaper.
I don't think so. I mean, if it's a popular character, yeah, you should be well deserved. I mean, it looks exactly like him, but it doesn't sound anything like him. Like, isn't that just disturbing? Like, oh man, they're using my face for that character. No.
Oh.
But they're using my face for that character, and they're not gonna ask me to voice.
You would have been playing Peacemaker by now.
Oh, fuck all that. I'll murder that man. I'll murder him 10 times over. But yeah, no, I would assume it's simply because they just didn't ask him. But it's crazy because he looks exactly like him. Like, oh yeah, use my likeness, but you can't use my voice. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, okay, we get it. You think he got fucked? Maybe he didn't.
I know, but besides the point.
He could be actively getting fucked. Somebody could be like, hey, he did X, Y, and Z, and he probably never did those things at all.
No, they could be trying to slander him too. There's a lot of options, and I mean, it's not really safe to say which side is there to lean, but I mean, without evidence and cold hard facts, like, it's kind of hard to lean in your direction. And that shit's crazy.
I mean, like I said, you kind of are not on his side. You're like, he did it.
I want to say kind of. I'm a firm. I mean, like, think about it, bro. He's an actor, and
we haven't heard from her.
He's tough shit. He thinks he probably thinks he's tough shit because he's part of this show.
Yeah, and he's the main one.
He's the main guy.
Literally, they kept him alive because they like him that much.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get that. So I'm not completely doubting it. I want to say, we haven't heard anything from Maeve.
Like, what
so
if he's having
that kind of makes me
yeah.
get a little bit of a red flag. But other than that, I mean, I don't have any other evidence to
Like,
think.
no. What if he's having like that what do you call it? Not superiority complex, but that whole method acting thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, you do the character so long, you're starting to slowly like
While
turn
you're on
into
set,
him.
that's probably what you do or whatever.
Yeah.
That too, and some people just like, let's keep it real. Some people just take that as bullying or some things that they say or whatever when it's not really.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
that, you know, it's just kind of like we're at work, gotta
Yeah,
do
yeah.
things certain ways. You know, who knows? It could be misunderstandings, but let us know what you guys think. Check out episode 6. Let us know what you guys think about Anthony Starr. Little case right now. Why has nobody been talking about it? Or people have been, but not as much as you would expect something like this to happen. Is he a villain in real life? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Only time will tell. We'll be sure to keep that on lock. Now, I want to say we're going to give a review at the very end. I'm hoping we're not jumping the gun and we should have probably just waited because something's going to be happening crazy by next week. But if it's worthy to get back on the mic, we'll have another episode for you guys. This has been another episode of the Boys Talk. You guys already know where to go. Go talk to us. Let us know you guys' thoughts. Give us some movies to review. Any other shows you want us to be talking about and whatnot. And yeah, Josh, we'll talk to them on the next one.
Talk to y'all later.